Hello and welcome back to this edition of Daily Actives brought to you by Bootleg Macro. I'm Dustin. We are looking at Tesla once again, and we can tell right away that things have radically turned for Tesla. You can see that over the past 4 days out of the past five, you see that it has red lettering or red background with the black lettering. That means that it's on two standard deviations above its 23-day average. Today, we see that the price is now officially above its 5-day moving average, as well as the 5-day is now back up above the 23-day moving average. We have over 100+ million shares traded for the past, 7 days in a row. We can see that we have volatility, which is falling, which is fantastic to see, because I generally believe that when volatility is falling, that is actually a representation of the trend when the price starts to go in one direction. And when we look, we can see we now are positive on the 1-day, 5-day, 15-day, 1 month, 3 month, and 6 month across the board. We've got go long signals in the short term and intermediate term for Tesla. We've gotten rid of all of those go short signals at the very end of August that we were really sitting with going through the entire month of August. We have bullish on the short term, bullish on the intermediate term. We have yet to see bullish on the longer term, but we would expect that to happen in the next few days here. We look at the rolling sentiment. We've got rising bull, as well as you can see, we've gotten rid of a lot of that really bearish sentiment that we saw in the middle of August when bullishness was down below 40%. It was in the high 30s. Now we're back up in the mid 40s. We are going even higher. It looks like as well right now. Let's check out the trading signals, because I have a feeling that the trading signals are giving us some really good indications, which they are. Tomorrow we're going to have 5 bull key 3 signals, which is great to see because we are getting more key 3 bull signals than we are bear signals. We've got a rising valley, which I know you don't know what that means, but it's a great signal in this overall model that I've built. And then you look at the coming rising bull. We are completely set up. We've got a small bull coming. And honestly, if I was to call out one of the things that is actually making me the happiest about the entire market, it's that if you look at the VIX has been giving risk on signals since the 30th of August. Essentially, we have go shorts in the VIX. We have go longs inside of Tesla. Let's just look at the charts. You can see here that when we look at the overall charts, the one thing that we'll notice is that essentially Tesla, again, that 200 level was holding as resistance back in February, worked as resistance back in March. We broke through it here in June. It looks like we came down to almost tested at that 215 level. That's probably kind of the top of where we were here back in February. We bounced off that level. We've been rising ever since. We look at the daily sentiment. The daily sentiment's essentially flatlining for a little bit. And it's because it's coming off of this incredible low in the middle of August. It was at 36% bullishness. We are now all the way back up to 43% bullishness. We could obviously get back to 50% and see it rise. That 15-day moving average is pretty much flatlined. So it really can't go much lower, can't get much worse. It can only really go up from here. We look at the volume. We see that the volume is returning, just like I mentioned about that 100 million shares traded. We're seeing this red line inflect. That's the 15-day volume average for Tesla. You can see it starting to inflect back up as the price is starting to rise. That's incredibly powerful. You can see the Tesla volatility. The volatility is falling while the correlation is rising. That's not a great signal, but that can definitely be overcome, especially if this correlation either starts to go back negative or the volatility starts to break back out. But I would expect that the correlation is going to actually slow down in its ascent towards neutral and then probably actually fall a little bit. That'd be great to see. If we look at the overall trade range, the one thing that is slightly concerning is that the move that we've seen is almost back to the very top of the range. The top of the range right now, Tesla's 270. It looks like it bounced directly off that bottom at 215 on the 18th. That was a great time to buy. If you watch the videos, I definitely commented on that back on the 18th about Tesla. We look here at the daily ultra fast sentiment indicator. You can see we are rising. We are high and we are rising. We are not very high. We're at 46%. We fell back down a little bit today. But that essentially the trade range, or not the trade range, the moving average is essentially just lower. So when I overall look at what we have right now, one of the things that I'm really quite impressed with is that Tesla is getting not only market demand, but it's finding it at a specific level that's really important to the stock. But tell me what you think in the comments below. Are you long? Are you short? Do you like it? Do you love it? Is this even a good review? And before you go, subscribe to the New High newsletter. We send you 5 stocks or 25 stocks to your inbox every single Sunday. Some between $5 and $20, some between $20 and higher, some hitting all-time highs, 1-year highs. It's a great list to get on a Sunday. I'll talk to you soon.